you know, My Everest was pretty fast. So you guys went on to Fueled by Raymond. Was it like a consciously, you know, a conscious decision to kind of change the sound to a more kind of power chord, pop punk, more, you know, rather than a fast-paced like standard punk?
Yeah, the only thing that was going through our head when we were writing the new record was, let's not hold back anymore. We grew up listening to pop music like Weezer and, you know, the Get Up Kids, Jimmy Eat World, even bands like the Wallflowers and Fastball, just radio bands basically, like Nirvana, you know, things like that. We've always been this punk rock band, and we were always afraid that if we slowed down a little bit or if we wrote a different kind of song, the kids would be like, what are you doing? But we just said, screw it, like, let's just do exactly, let's make the record we want to make. And we actually recorded the record before we even knew we were going to sign to Fueled by Ramen. So we made the record in the studio the way it was, and then we gave it to Fueled by Ramen and said, what do you think? That's it? Do you like it? And they were just like, absolutely, we love it. And we actually asked them, are the fast songs okay? You know, we say a couple swear words. Are you guys cool with that? Because if they said no, like, you should probably take it out, I'd be like, well, we're not signing to your label. Like, this sucks. And then it was basically a conscious decision to expand, but not to try to fit any sort of mold to sell more records or anything. It was just about that time. And yeah, right now the new record that we're writing, hopefully coming out next year sometime, we're already getting started. I have some really fast, aggressive songs, and I have some really slow, weird songs. So it's kind of like the last record, but expanded even more. So I'm gonna try to find a middle ground and not be too crazy. So.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip a question because of time, but. I just wanted to talk about the scene a little bit. Like, I picked up the My Everest vinyl like 6 months ago, and there was like a story on there about like a club that you guys used to play at, and then you went on tour and you come back. How important is it, do you think, for the punk scene in terms of like small clubs like that to exist in communities for kids to go to and there to be shows?
I think it's the most important thing a band and a town can have. When we started going to the Flint Local 432, the club in Flint where we played our first show and went to tons of shows, we worked the shows, ran sound, made a lot of friends. It taught us everything that we know about touring and playing music, playing shows, how shows work. And then when it closed down, it was just like, where do kids go on the weekend now? You know, our town, Flint, we don't have much. Like, we're kind of becoming a college town, a school town, which is cool, but everybody's leaving all the time. There's not much to do. People won't move from out of state to there, they just move out. So, especially for a town like ours, it's very important to have a place to play and a place for bands to grow and learn. And we wouldn't be here without that place. I mean, when we played our first out-of-state show, you know, we learned everything at that club, and then we brought it to the next place. And all the local bands, same thing. It's a great place to just meet other bands and just learn. So yeah, everywhere needs a place like that. And if they don't have it, man, just you got to throw on a show somehow, like in a hall or just at someone's house. That's what we do now. So yeah, just very important. And we're hoping to bring that club back real soon, actually.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I wanted to talk a little bit about Fest. Now you guys have gone on to like Fueled by Raymond, like the same way like Against Me like moved on or whatever, and they never came back and played like the Fest No Idea thing. Would you guys still go back and do that sort of stuff? Or?
Yeah, I mean, when we signed to Fueled by Ramen and we were on tour with Paramore, everybody thought that we weren't going to play the Fest, and we were like, we have to play the Fest. So we came back, we played, and it was so much fun. You know, I can't really see us blowing up to some astronomical, you know, sized band. Like, I don't see us just all of a sudden just going boom, like blasting off. It might be a gradual thing. So, you know, every once in a while, the bands will slowly grow out of things, but the Fest is one of like the best times we ever have, and our booking agent knows that. So, yeah, we'll always go back and play shows like that, and we'll probably always play house shows when we're bored. And you know, even if we were playing to 5,000 people every show we ever played, it's still fun to just do what we've always done. I'd miss it too much, you know? You know, we're never done paying our dues. We're always paying our dues, but you know, we've seen and done a lot so far, and yeah, I don't want to give any of that up. So we're gonna keep going.
I think it's the last question because you have to go and do your signing. With the Paramore thing, I don't want to be controversial or anything, but obviously they took you out on tour. Is that the sort of thing that you don't take for granted? You know, that it's just kind of is pure luck. I know the story. You stuck a sticker on her car,
Oh, yeah.
and you know you get like a degree of success off of that. But you know, are you thankful for that, or is it something that you wish you didn't happen, or like you know?
Oh man, like it was just crazy. We're really big Paramore fans, and then when Fueled by Ramen said, "Hey, Haley from Paramore is a big fan of you guys," we were like, "Well, that's really cool. Like that goes both ways. That's awesome." And then she started helping us get signed to Fueled by Ramen, just telling the label, "These guys rule. They have my support." And then when we wound up going on tour together, there was like a 90% chance that it wasn't going to happen. Like it's a very sought after tour, and we're just this punk band that wanted to go on tour with them. And when we got the email that you're on, we were just like, whoa, that's crazy. So yeah, definitely something we didn't take for granted because we didn't think it was really going to happen. And she's really, like Haley particularly, has helped us out so much, just really posting on the internet about us and hyping us up. So it was a great way to launch us, and now, obviously we're doing our own thing and they're doing their own thing, and we're no longer, under their wing, so to speak. But yeah, I wouldn't have changed anything about how all that went, and hopefully we can tour with them again. It'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, all good stuff.
Awesome. Okay, I'll wrap that up, and if I need to do any more questions, we'll do them in Southampton. Looking forward to the UK shows.
Me too, man. Dude,
yeah, they're going to be
thanks so
sick.
much.
No worries.
Can't wait.
I'll show you.